right, begin.
What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys woke up happy and healthy this morning. That's the most important thing. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to ask you guys a favor. Go ahead and hit that like button and also smash that share button so we can push this video through the algorithm and hopefully get this channel to where it needs to be. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and talk about this dark and evil concert that took place this past Friday night. So Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival concert kicked off in Houston this past Friday night. Now, what was supposed to be a night that was filled with fun and excitement for the fans ended up being the total opposite. Instead, this was a night filled with conflict, chaos, and total neglect on the part of Travis Scott. Now, it has been confirmed that 8 people lost their lives, and 2 of them were actually teenagers. And so it's also been confirmed that 300 people had to be treated for their injuries, and another 25 were hospitalized as of Saturday, and 13 people remain in the hospital still getting treatment for those injuries as of yesterday. Now, what I want to do right now is take the time to acknowledge the victims. I think it's extremely important that we do so. And before I start naming the names that unfortunately lost their lives, I want to say this: if I pronounce your name wrong, and if any of the family members run across this video, I sincerely apologize. All right, so I want to start off with 14-year-old John Hilgert, all right, Brianna Rodriguez, who was 16, Franco Patino, who was 21, Jake Juranek, who was 20, Axel Acosta, who was 21, Danish Baig, who was 27, Rudy Pina, who was 23, and Madison Dubisky, who was 23. So those were the names of the victims who unfortunately lost their lives. And so what I want to do right here, because again, I think it's extremely important, I want to have a moment of silence for the victims and their families right here. So if you guys would just bear with me, and then I'll be back with the rest of my commentary. All right, I want to thank everybody who participated in that moment of silence. I want to say I hope that God bless the families that have to deal with these unfortunate tragedies, and to the ones who sustained injuries, I'm hoping and wishing that you have a speedy recovery. And so guys, if you don't know, Travis Scott and Drake are being sued for inciting the crowd. Now, a guy by the name of Christian Paredes says in his lawsuit that the injuries and deaths are due to the negligence, carelessness, and recklessness of the defendants, talking about Travis Scott and Drake. Also, their agents, servants, and employees in the ownership, management, maintenance, operation, supervision, and the control of the subject premises. Now, it seems that Travis Scott is wildly involved and in love with the idea of raging. You know, this is not his first rodeo in provoking his fans to rush the stage, to jump over the barricades, to instruct his fans to do the most. And it often causes a stampede and people get trampled over and hurt. For example, you have a guy here by the name of Kyle Green who was left partially paralyzed after he attended a Travis Scott concert in Manhattan back in April of 2017. Travis Scott encouraged another fan to jump off the balcony. That fan ended up landing on top of him, and now he's partially paralyzed. Now, what I want to do here is I want to play you guys a clip of a fan that actually attended the concert this past Friday night in Houston. So basically just sit back, sit tight, and I want you to hear him describe in detail the surroundings, the feeling, the energy at that concert, and then I'll be back.
It just felt like we was like literally like in hell, bro. Like it felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe, you couldn't see. Like, just imagine all the people they're gonna find tonight who was in that crowd, who nobody could see, who nobody could hear, who passed out, and everybody was just trampling on top of them the whole concert. Like, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like at least 100 people who dead tonight. Like, I kid you not. Like, in the VIP section, it was so many bodies laid out. People was getting pulled out who was fainted. and the medics were trying to give them CPR, and they was flipping them over, and like they was literally turning black and blue. Like I never seen death in my fucking life, bro. Just by me alone, it was probably like 10 people laid out dead. And like once the medics tried to help them, they wasn't responding. They moved to the next person. It was nothing they could have do. Like this spooked me up and like really spooked me tonight. Like that was like some demonic shit. And what was so crazy, like people were screaming help, trying to tell Travis Scott. They was like help. The whole crowd was just going like help, help, help. And he just kept going, bro. It was scary, bro. It was so demonic, bro. And mind you, y'all see the type of music I make. Y'all see everything, like, you know, like I've been so heavily influenced by Travis, but like after tonight, bro, like God really showed me, like, you know, like stay away from it, bro. Like that's not for you, because like he sacrificed so many people's lives tonight, like for real. Like so many people's lives are gone tonight because they want to go to fucking Travis Scott concert and have fun. You know, he influenced people to be raging and all this shit. So many people broke in and it was just chaos, bro. It was a living hell, bro. Imagine seeing all those dead bodies, and that was just by me.
That's okay with you real quick. Please, let's do it.
Alright, so you just saw the gentleman go into great detail and talk about what happened at Travis Scott's concert this past Friday, and I have to say that he looks disheveled and he looks super spooked in regards to what he saw. I also played you a clip of a young man and a young female instructing Travis Scott's team to stop the show, and Travis Scott kept going. So I want you guys to analyze how Travis Scott thinks, right? And the ideology that he's pushing. Because back in May of this year, after he confirmed that the Astroworld Festival concert tickets had sold out in under an hour, he basically posted this and said, nah, and we still sneaking the wild ones in. So after you instructed someone to jump from a balcony in New York and left this guy Kyle Green paralyzed, partially paralyzed, this shows that Travis Scott has not learned his lesson. He's stating right here, he wants the wild ones to be in there. He wants the people that are going to rage and go crazy. And he really doesn't care what happens to anybody. If somebody gets hurt, oh well, he's flying back to Calabasas, chilling in his $35 million mansion. Now, what I want to do here is play you guys the response from Travis Scott, and then I'll be back.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, you know, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, you know, help them get the help they need, you know. I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. The city of Houston, HPD, fire department, you know, everyone to, you know, help us figure this out. So if you have any information, you know, please just contact your local authorities. Everybody continue to just keep your prayers. I mean, I'm honestly just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this just happening. And I'm gonna do everything I can to keep you guys updated and just keep you guys informed on what's going on. Love you all.
I am a clown.
So you guys heard that weak response. In my opinion, Travis Scott should have kept his mouth closed. We didn't need that, okay? Didn't come from a genuine place. It just seems like he probably had to take a real bad shit, in my opinion. His emotions and all the stress in his face. I thought the brother had to take a shit. Now, Kylie Jenner, she came out in defense of her man Travis Scott, and she posted this on Instagram, and she said, Travis and I are broken and devastated. My thoughts and prayers are with all who lost their lives, were injured, or affected in any way by yesterday's events. And also for Travis, who I know cares deeply for his fans and the Houston community. I want to make it clear, we weren't aware of any fatalities until the news came out after the show, and in no world would have continued filming or performing. I am sending my deepest condolences to all the families during this difficult time, and will be praying for the healing of everyone who has been impacted. Man, whatever, alright? Travis has a history of this type of behavior. You can see here that Travis was arrested in 2015 and in 2017 for inciting riots at his concerts. You know, this is the type of energy that Travis Scott commands, that he promotes and provokes at his concerts. And if I'm being honest, I have to call out the parents that allowed their teenagers to go to this concert, given the history of a Travis Scott and what normally goes down when he performs. There should have been an age limitation in my estimation. I'm just keeping it all the way real. And another thing that's puzzling and odd to me is the fact that the police didn't shut down the venue. You know, they were on the scene heavily and they were helping assist people. So I don't understand why the police didn't intervene and say, hey, we got to pull the plug on the show. So that's very interesting and odd to me. Now, there are also reports that are stating that somebody was going around the venue with a needle injecting people with drugs. And so there was a security guard that felt a prick on his neck, and later on he ended up passing out. So they had to rush him to the hospital, and basically he was treated with medicine that they would treat patients that have OD'd. So this whole situation was a mess, and in my opinion, this was nothing more or nothing less than a satanic convention. That's what it was. But anyway, guys, I want to hear your thoughts. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about this entire situation. Okay? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll get with you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.